Billy's mad.
Oh, good.
I'm fed up.
What's Billy mad about?
Oh, man. Let me ask you a question, Landon. Well, I guess we need to introduce ourselves first. I forgot about.
Right. By the time you get to tell them again, you'll be really mad. So
those 7 people need to know.
Yeah. We're up to 14 now. Yeah.
Oh, are we? We doubled.
Yeah.
Look at that.
14.
That is astounding. No, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. That right there puts us in another stratosphere. We're what, 32 away?
Yeah, about that. I think we're almost at 7.
Yeah. In the last 2 weeks, it has grown substantially.
Nice.
Steady.
Yeah. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that about 50% of you have not subscribed, and if you would please push that subscribe button, we really appreciate it, and a thumbs up if you like.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
What is wrong with these people? Yes.
What is? You know what? You better go subscribe. Get a list of these people for me, Billy.
I'm going to. We're going after them, I guess.
All right.
Door to door. Going door to door.
Yep, door to door.
Yep.
And I'm in that mood already, right? I'm furious right now. I just want everybody to know before we even get started. I'm just furious. And we're going to get to it. I just can't stand what I'm seeing, and I've just got to talk about it. And it's been going on in our industry for a long time. Landon, you know how it is. We're here to educate and help fellow contractors to run better businesses. And there's some things going on out there that are costing our business tons of money. And I'm going to focus on this one thing today. And it's partners. Our partners in our business. Do we really have partners, or do we have adversaries? And what I mean by that, who do you consider like a partner? Like if you're running a plumbing, HVAC, electrical company, or any kind of company, who should be your partner in this deal? That's not a part of your business, right? A true partner. Who's your first partner that you think of when you think of maybe I've got a partner?
Most people think of their manufacturers, suppliers, right? Their vendors.
That's exactly right. They should be your partners. Now, it's a two-way street. You need to do your part as a partner, and they need to do their part as a partner. But unfortunately, over time, we have become reliant on them to tell us how to run our businesses. And we don't question anything they do. And it's time to stop, put the brakes on, and start questioning some of the things that are going on, have been going on.
I think I may know where you're going, because I'm fed up and irritated about something too from these supposed partners.
Yes.
So, let's get into it. I love it.
Yeah, let's go here, because this is detrimental to companies. And so a lot of it I'm going to put on the contractor too, because of their sheer laziness. I know, guys, you work your butts off, you're tired, you think you got everything going on, and you're trying to run calls, but man, there's some laziness going out there that we're going to have to, as contractors, we're going to have to step up our game and do the work. If you want that magic, you got to be able to do the work that you're not willing to do. And we're not doing this. And let me just tell you.
Well, there's physical laziness, and then there's business laziness, right?
Yes.
Physical laziness, I don't think anybody's got a problem with, right? No. If you're a plumber or HVAC, like you're out there grinding, I don't think getting up early and putting in the work is a problem. The business laziness is kind of the unacceptable stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
You may not know you may not even be aware of how lazy you're being in your business.
That's right. And so I'm going to give you a perfect example. So nice thing about having a whole bunch of contractors that we can talk to, I asked a few questions. And one of the questions that I asked to these contractors in this large group was, have you been approached by getting increases in your prices for your equipment and parts due to tariffs? And it was a 100% response, yes. The next question was, now that you've been approached by this, what was the percentage that you were told? And the overwhelming numbers were 10 to 15%. Okay. Fair enough. That's massive, by the way. I'm going to tell you.
Massive.
If you're paying.
Absolutely massive.
Yeah. We're talking for a coil, we're talking $200 or $300, right? That's an increase. All right. And then the third question was, did you compare your old prices to your new tariff prices? And guess what the number one response was? No.
Nope.
They didn't even look.
You should ask the next question. How often do you compare the prices you're actually getting charged to what you're supposed to be getting charged?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother deal. That's a whole nother deal. And so we're going to educate you guys today on how to take care of this problem and, go find a real partner if your partner's not being a partner with you when it comes to trying to help you run a business. They're in it for themselves, and they should be. They're distributors and all that. But you got to pay them on time. If you want to flex your muscle and get things from them, you have to be a good bill payer. You have to be able to pay your bills. You can't be a deadbeat and expect anything in return. And you can't expect your manufacturer, distributor, or whatever to do that for you. I'm sorry.
Partnership is a two-way street. If you spent your entire life beating up your partner, not paying them on time, squeezing them for everything they're worth, changing vendors every other, you're not going to build a partnership relationship that way. But when things go south and a partner puts the screws to you, if you've got a good relationship, you build up enough positive currency in that relationship, then it's time to fight back.
That is right. But you got to do your part first. Okay. I just want to be clear here. As a contractor, pay your dadgum bills. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why aren't you paying your bills? Because you're not taking care of the runaway costs that are happening. All right. So,
burning through too much cash.
Yeah. You're just you got to do the work. So here's what I found out. So I had these contractors send me what they were paying and then what they were gonna pay. And there's a trick that they can do to offset your the percentage that you are increased. And the way it works is they're going to send you a whole big SKU of parts and stuff. And a lot of it you probably don't even sell. Those are the ones that are discounted heavily to offset the increase that they're giving you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So if they're telling you that they're giving you a 15% increase, you better go look, because it isn't 15%.
Well, it may be 15%, but it's not 15% across the board. It's 15% averaged out.
Correct. It's 15% averaged out.
Yeah.
That's where they get you. And so
it's going to be 27% on the 90% of the stuff that you use every day.
Yep.
And only 4% on the 10% of the stuff that you
That's right. Or it's a 30% discount on something you've never bought before.
Yeah. Yeah.
To offset the average, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so typically what we're seeing is above 30% price increase for parts used, not 15. It's double. This is what we are discovering.
Which is another reason, and we've said this before, I think, on the show, limit your SKUs. There's no need to have endless amounts of SKUs that you offer. There's no need to offer 17 different varieties of air conditioning installations. It's limit the number of SKUs, because when you have it's a pain in the ass to manage it. It's a pain in the ass to inventory. It's a pain, but if you have endless SKUs, you're going to be placing orders and have no idea what you should be paying for those things. If you have 5 SKUs instead of 50, if your price point is off, you're going to notice it.
Yes,
right?
That's absolutely right. I mean, the more SKUs, the more confusion, right? The larger your price book is, the more confusion, correct? And so you got to be able to zero in, and you need to negotiate what you sell, and you need to know what you sell. And not only that, you need to go to the supplier and go, what do you have readily available that if I need it, you have it? Does anyone ever really done that? I do it. I do it every year. I want to know what you have, because that's what I'm going to offer to be sold. Why are we offering things you can't get? Do your homework.
I mean, the post-COVID supply chain issues that affected the industry for a while. I mean, you couldn't get stuff, right? And only some of the big mega companies or consolidators that negotiated the deals and paid their bills and had, purchase agreements were taken care of. So, that's a great little nugget that you just threw out there. Make sure that they have what you're going to sell.
That's right. And if they have it, then that's what you propose to your customers, not something else. Don't go and make it more difficult for yourself. So you gotta do your own work. This is that laziness part that I'm talking about. We're not calling you
There you
lazy. You guys work your butts off. But when it comes to stuff like this is what we're not paying attention to. And this is what's costing you an arm and a leg. I mean, absolutely charging you a lot of money and you don't even know it. And they know you don't look.
What's $10 here? What's $7 here? What's $15 here?
That's right.
They're going to nickel and dime you to death. And if you aren't comparing your price point to what you're actually paying, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm just going to say everyone that's listening across to this podcast, everyone in the industry probably is paying 4 to 6% higher than they've negotiated. 4 to 6% they're getting charged.
You're probably low. I'm going to argue that you're low.
Yeah.
And the reason why, well, think about it. Let's go back to the part that made me the most shocked was, did you look at your new prices and compare them to your old ones? And it was 100% no. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Come on. We can do this, everybody. We can do this. This right here can save you tens of thousands of dollars a year. It's just a little bit of work, just knowing what work to do. But you have to do this. You have to take care of yourself. You need to switch brands. The brand loyalty is out the window, guys. You need to go find a partner that you can trust and take care of. And here's what happens. You're going to move to another one. They're going to give you really great prices. You're going to move to another one. And then a month later, they're going to tell you there's a price increase, or they're just going to do it and you're not going to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right. That's just the game we live in. That's just where it is. And so you need to be very upfront and aware, and let your salesperson know that you're aware, you're watching this stuff, and you want to be a good partner, but it takes two. I'm going to pay you on time, but I need to be able to afford to stay in business if I pay you on time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to pay for the sins of others. This is you and I talking. My business that I'm trying to be the leader of, because we've got away from leadership and we've become bosses in this industry. And we need to get back to leading. We need to lead every part of the business. We need to lead this price structure. We need to lead our employees. When you want to make a change as a leader, you make those changes.
But Billy, they're going to take me to Cabo on a trip. I get to go to Puerto Vallarta on a cruise with a whole bunch of other contractors. Why should I question their pricing?
I've been the largest purchaser of products from a distributor here in DFW, right? Win number one, bought more stuff than everyone else on a yearly basis, right? And you know how many trips I take from those folks? 0.
Yeah.
You know how many ball games we go to? 0. Why? Because you can have all that stuff, give it to someone else. I want to negotiate pricing. I go to a baseball game on my own. I don't want to go in a group. I'll go when I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a trip that's predetermined what I'm going to do and all that. When I go on a trip, I want to be able to do what I want to do, right? But my point is, maybe that's the only way you can go on a trip. That's great, but you're paying for that more than you know.
You're paying
for
it.
So you could pay for your own trip if you would just do your homework. And so this is just a part of what we've been asked from our subscribers and our listeners. This is the kind of information they want. And guys, we just got to understand that we have to be in charge of our businesses. No one else is looking out for it but you.
Well, I mean, luckily, with this latest round of price increases all being due to tariffs, since they've reversed course on the tariffs, all of our prices are going to come back down automatically. What do you think, huh?
Yeah. I was expecting a call this morning. It happened over the weekend, didn't it? I was expecting a call this week.
Did you get a call?
No.
I didn't get a call for any of the businesses.
But I refused to participate in the tariff increase, so I didn't need a call.
So, I was saying, actually, with this golden era, this booming economy, tariffs are going the opposite way. Things should get cheaper. I think I need a discount now.
Yeah.
Using your logic, I need a discount because now the tariffs are in my favor.
That's right.
So all of you manufacturers that are listening right now, I'll give you my phone number. Call me and give me the discount that you're going to offer me now.
Well, let me put it another way. How much of an air conditioner is shipped over from China? you're getting an increase of 10 to 15% on the entire thing. How much of it's made here and how much of it is made over there, right? And so there's another profit center for them. If you think about it, they're charging you the tariff on the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe all they're bringing over is the motherboard or something, right? The electronics.
Which some of these brands, by the way, that I haven't seen anybody talk about this, but it's absolutely boggled my mind. Some of the brands and the brands I partner with on the box says made in America. They talk about it being made in America. Everything is made in America. And the made in America brands are passing off tariffs for overseas products.
Yeah.
Just like the irony of that is crazy.
Right. Can I guarantee you're going to get a price reduction or any of that? No. But I can guarantee you things will be better if you pay attention and do this little bit of work. And end the show from here on out, we're going to start talking about these little things that make a big difference in your business. This is what we're getting our requests are most. And I wanted to start with this one because it is the most dramatic and the most, I'm just going to say annoying. We're going to keep this rated G here. PG.
Let's at some point, maybe, hopefully none of these people are sponsoring us, because if the OEMs and vendors are sponsoring us, we're about to lose our sponsorship.
Sir, we take no sponsorships because we can't be,
Nobody's going to sponsor us.
Yeah. Nobody's going to sponsor us anyway.
Turn around and tell them how to save money instead of, so.
I hope I don't walk out of here and my warehouse has been cleared out.
Yeah, your warehouse is gone and the line of credit's been revoked. So, with the technology, with the AI available today, with just the Chat GPT, all of the stuff that's available, why don't we just create a version of Chat GPT where we can just feed all of our prices in? What are we paying for a capacitor? What are we paying for a contactor? Just have a couple thousand contractors, just the people that follow us on this show, feed their prices into Chat GPT and spit out what we should be paying.
Yeah,
that would be eye-opening.
Yes, and you can do it and get a lot of info on this.
The discrepancy between what people pay for equipment and materials, what large consolidators, people that like myself that negotiate with the OEMs on large scale deals pay versus a local mom and pop that doesn't have the volume, I bet you we pay 30% less, which is massive. Probably more.
Yeah. I'm telling you. And guess what? All these organizations have someone or a team of people doing nothing but what? Taking care of this.
Yep.
Right. But unfortunately, we don't have teams of people taking care of this in our business. This falls back on these owners. Unless you can delegate this to someone that will actually do it for you, and do it well. I don't think your department managers should be doing it. They need to be managing the guys in the field and maximizing that area. I don't think you pull them out of that. That goes back to job duties, right? What are the job duties of these guys? So these are a lot of things we're going to talk about in our series about, things like that. The job duties, not getting someone away from the job, chasing something else. It's a very big, wasteful amount of time as well.
Oh, that is massive. That's probably the cardinal sin that I see repeated most often, because what are the two things as your business expands, you got more stuff, you got more tasks to do. You can either hire more people to do, make your business less efficient, or you can just start piling, unimportant, non-productive tasks on somebody that's in charge of revenue or something specific that's going to be creating profit for your business.
Yep.
And so those are the two cardinal sins that I see everybody doing.
That's right. And if you get over that $3 million mark, if you're listening and your revenue's over $3 million, you need what I call a junk drawer person, someone that handles, we have junk drawers in our houses, right? And it's got everything in it that, just a place to put stuff, right? All right. I'll be honest with you. We probably have more than one.
Yeah.
Well, you need a person like that in your business as you grow. And that person needs to handle all these little things that, would tie up other people, that keep them from doing the best they can do at their job, right? And so this is something you really need to think about. But someone's got to be focused on this, because we're talking about The second most expensive thing in your business is buying the material to do the work. Number one is labor, right? And we'll do some shows on the labor because that's the biggie. That is the one. That's the killer.
Yeah.
If you guys understand gross profit and your gross profit's in the 30s or 40s, you have a labor problem and you're overpaying for your material. And then you just have an extreme efficiency problem. And so this is where we're going to help you get through all that because they're just little things. It just takes a little bit of work. But I think what I'm hearing, well, it's not what I think. What we are hearing from our customer base, our listeners, I get confusing them with my company, right? What we're hearing from our listeners is they just don't know where to start and they don't know really how to execute on this little stuff. And it's the little things that make the difference. And so we're going to focus more on these little things. But this is a big little thing. You need to know what you're getting charged for stuff. And you need to get rid of the additional SKUs. You need to do the work and get rid of those other SKUs and focus on what you sell and look at what you're paying now. And when you go and you negotiate with your distributor, you negotiate only on what you buy. Get rid of the fluff so you have real data, real numbers that you're dealing with. Again, we can't be lazy in this part. I know you're working hard. I know you're stressing out. But man, this is money. This is like walking over $100 bills and you're just not picking them up. This is all this is. You're just walking right over them and you're too lazy to bend over and pick them up. And this has to be fixed in your company right away. This is not new. This has been going on forever. But your supplier does not own your business. So don't act like they do. You own it.
I'm noticing this whole drunk drawer. That's a different.
It's a hard
cabinet.
one. Yeah.
That's a
Drunk drawer.
How many of those do you have?
The junk drawer.
Oh, it sounds like you've been in it.
Hey, it's still early. So the junk drawer, the excessive amount of SKUs, the unproductive tasks that you've got people working on in the business, or that you're hiring people that we're talking about. The one thing that I think that all has in common is the goal to become more profitable and more efficient in your business is you have to declutter it. Right? You got to declutter. You got to focus on the core activities that are going to make you money. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't make you money. Get rid of the tasks that don't make you money. Get rid of the SKUs that don't make you money. Get rid of the drama and the junk, and keep focused. That's really the message here.
Yes, it is. Not asking for a miracle, just asking for you to do the right thing for your business. Let's get back in it. Yeah. Work on it a little bit. Right? We always talk about get out of the business so we can work on it. What did that mean? It's a great saying. What are you working on? Obviously, we're not working on the right things.
Well, right? I mean, that is a good, not to go off on another topic, but that's a great topic. What I get people asking me that all the time. What does it mean? What is the difference between working in your business and working on your business? Because you do both. Everybody kind of does both, right?
Go in and out
naturally, but the more that you can kind of separate yourself from the specific task of the business, and the more that you can say, all right, how are we going to, let's just whiteboard ideas, right? How are we going to decrease our equipment cost? How are we going to, could we take our SKU count on equipment from 26 to 13? Could we, if we double down, do we have too many financing SKUs? And do we need to have 12 options for customers, or can we narrow it down to 3 and just focus on these 3? I mean, like, that is working. How do you take your business to the next level? Because there's always a next level. Yeah. And taking your business to the next level, making your business more efficient, making your business more profitable, narrowing down your focus, that is the art of working on the business. Mm-hmm. Showing up and putting out fires is working in the business.
That's right. And what do we do all day? We put out fires instead of working on
out fires. Yeah.
And so here's how we eliminate a fire, right? A large fire. And this is Doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes work. You can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off of my rant. I appreciate everybody listening to this. I appreciate all the subscribers, how fast this channel's growing. We are really pacing well. But we're here to help you run your businesses in a way that make a big difference. There is so much money that you're leaving in the business that could be actually put at the bottom line. You know, the waste is just eating up the bottom line. And I know efficiency is a buzzword now. You know, got that efficiency thing going a couple of years ago, and it's a big buzzword, but no one's ever actually said, how do you make a business efficient? And that's what we're going to do. Because just saying efficiency and doing a couple of things is not efficiency. There's lots that you can do, and it's a full-time job, unfortunately. But you'll get there eventually and make it work. I mean, we're doing, you know, hundreds of service calls a day with I have 3 people on phones. That's it. 3 people on phones, answering phones, doing 100 calls a day, you know. Right.
I mean, that's where that's the exciting part of this business, and that everybody, I think, still gets wrong. Today's technology, the ability to book calls online, answer the phone, like, you just don't need that many people to run a business. I mean, the amount of people that you need to run a $3 million business versus a $30 million business, you might add 8 people, maybe. Not even that many people.
I don't think
less people than that.
I don't think anymore. I think with the advancements in AI, that's getting less and less. I mean,
and I'm saying, when I say that, I mean office-based employees. Yeah.
I mean, we had, you know, we're in the process of eliminating all of our after hours and weekend people. We're using technology now, and we just eliminated all that cost. That's unfortunate, but, you know, they're part-time. We use, you know, college kids that need jobs, right, to man the phones. We don't have full-time employees that do that anyway, just because we can save money that way. But now it's getting to where, you know, I would say in the next 90 days, we'll be at 0 people for after hours, because the way we built our customer portal and can take calls and all that stuff, we're hooking all that up with AI. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I hope this really helps you out. If you have any issues, just reach out to us at nobs@billyandlandon.com. How do they get a hold of us?
No BS with Billy Stevens is the official website. I mean, official email.
Okay, so it's nobs with billystevens.com.
Just at Gmail.
At Gmail.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Right.
This is something new. So, hey, everybody, if you have any more questions about this, just reach out to me at nobs with billystevens
at
gmail.com.
Yep.
And Landon and I will get back with you. That's how we get the emails in here, and we'll look at these and we'll make good decisions for you.
I like it. Yeah. Any topics, you know, because we're running out of topics. It's hard to pull information out of Billy. He's getting a little older. He's not as creative anymore. So just please do us a favor and send any requests in.
What was that? Am I being taken advantage of right now?
I'll tell you what, this podcast was not brought to you by Lennox, Rheem, Carrier, Rude, you know, Train, American Standard,
Daikin.
It was not brought to you by any of those.
It was brought to you by Drunk Drawer. It's the new. That's right. It's a great invention. Yeah. The drunk drawer. Yeah.
Where is he? He's in that drawer again.
He's in that drawer again.
Oh, well. Anyway, thanks everybody.
Like and subscribe.
No BS with Billy and Landon is produced and delivered to you by Sarah Systems. At Sarah Systems, we've created a better way to run your home service business and unlock unprecedented growth. Our field service software was designed by real home service professionals to help you save steps, charge for previously unbillable time, and win more business. But the true change requires more than software. Our live coaching helps you understand and control the aspects of your business that matter most. It's about time for a new era of service, rates, and we're leading the way. If you're ready to join the hundreds of other contractors who've been able to increase profit margins more than 50% within 6 months, visit Sera.tech today. That's Sera, SERA.tech today.